Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What up, everyone? What up? Welcome to another episode of the Big Focus.
What's up?
How I hope everyone's. How Sunil? How are you doing? Noah, how are you
All good.
doing?
All good. All good.
We're coming off a very interesting game week. Back of an interesting game week. A lot of surprises, a lot of upsets. We would say pretty interesting. But before we get into the game week review one, right? The thing on everybody's mind. How did Starhub fuck everything up? Damn. Sunil, were you able to watch the match or not?
I think it started from the Arsenal game. Even the Arsenal game, there were a few problems. But then, wow, when it went on to the Liverpool game, wow, that was full-on crap show lah. I think
Tell me about it, right? Actually.
I think I switched it on. It was 1-0, then 2-1, and then 2-2. I missed all the goals. Or everything was on highlights.
Noah, yourself?
Oh, I think I watched the Spurs game, right, because it's at 10 p.m. Then came back home. Wow, the stream was so laggy, man. When I was on my PC just watching the game, I had to refresh like 10 times or 20 times just to watch a Spurs game, man. And I paid like 20 per month, man. This rubbish, man. Ridiculous,
Exactly. Tell me about it. I mean, I on the other hand, right, I was really hoping my stream will go down and not show because of the horror show that was happening at Vitality Stadium when Bournemouth was playing Villa. I rather experience the Starhub. But in all general, right? I mean, I think Starhub managed to sort things out after the Liverpool game. Honestly, same as you, Sunil. I was just watching the goal. I couldn't watch any of the goals. Literally, I was trying to reboot the system over and over again, and I realized there was like 2-2, and I just gave up.
You were not alone lah. Facebook page of Starhub, wow, everyone was slamming them left, right, center, all kinds of problems lah. And some people are still having problems. Even on the Sundays games, some people still could not log in because they kept getting logged out.
Problems though.
I thought Sunday's game was quite fun. I was watching it in Sentosa, so yeah.
I had problems also on my Sunday games. Well, watching United
even Sunday games.
Yeah, wow, that was bad, man. It was just bad. I had to refresh. Don't know how many times though. Ridiculous, I don't know whether it's my internet problem, but cannot be my internet problem again. But I checked outside also got problem lah. So I don't know what's going on lah.
Well, we can only hope, right, it gets better on from here. If not, it's gonna, they're just gonna face a huge backlash considering that they've got a 6-year deal with EPL, right? 6-year deal.
Exactly.
But with that being said, every new outlet will always have some issues somehow. It's just how they recover from that. All right, before we move into what we're gonna do, let's say hi to some people, guys. Whoever is watching, please do like, share. Send it out to your friends. That 11,000 people are watching right now. Let's make it 21,000. Come on.
The millions and the millions.
Millions, man.
Hi, Senna. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Deben don't. This fella, ignore him. He's an Arsenal fan. He's probably over the moon, Hey, we have our Mio, my IPTV. This one use IPTV, no issue, of course lah. Ayo. All right, guys. So it's been an interesting game week one. Let's just get on with the review and then let's see where we go from there, right? So obviously the matches that were played. Does anybody have any input, Sunil? What do you think of the Arsenal and who did they play? Arsenal and who did Arsenal play? Crystal Palace.
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 So that was the first game. So I think the Arsenal Palace game was wow. I think a lot of people claim that Palace is the boogie team for Arsenal. Like whenever Vieira comes back, then they will either drop points or something. But Arsenal looks sharp. Spurs looks sharp, and like you can really see how they they work together as a unit. They really got rid of a lot of old people, and Arsenal looks sharp. Jesus is a front man, but he's a target man. But he comes down, he supports the play, he links the play. So I think a good hopes for Arsenal this season.
Let's hear from Noah. Noah, they are obviously your North London rivals. So what's your take on that game?
I mean, I watched the game
Uh-huh.
because it was definitely the first game of the season. Who will watch lah? Obviously, I just watched Arsenal game. I think I'm quite impressed. I think firstly is because I think in preseason, you could see like this Arsenal is a revitalized team.
Yep.
Yeah, revitalized team with I think new like winners like Premier League winners like Zinchenko and in the team. And look, like I think they are clicking really well. They're playing very beautiful football right now. I think really trusting the process. I think Arsenal is really doing a really good job lah in this season, like in the first game of the season. I mean, you cannot say so early, but I think
True.
their first game of the season is always bad. Remember last season how they lost 2-0 to Brentford.
I think
So
they
now-
lost their first 4 games right last season.
And
but they
everyone
look
is
very
saying they are
sharp.
gonna go down.
And I think they also were like on a 4-game, unwinnable. They were not winning any games of the 4 games or something along that line. So everybody had them going down and all. But
Yeah.
I mean, on my end, I couldn't watch the game, but I think I saw the highlights the next day, and I think they're a well tight unit team as well. So they may be a surprise contender for the top 4 based on one game. But of course, Jesus, right? Everyone FPL's dream boy missed it. But the season can only get better from there, right? But
Yeah.
we'll see what Anwari says as well if he's watching. He's a big Arsenal fan. Moving on, we had obviously the shit show from Villa. So obviously, I'm not going to support Villa anymore. PSG, man, PSG, oil merchant for the win.
And see the
But
jersey has changed.
it was a horrible game, bro. I don't know if any of you all caught the preview, but I mean the review. But if you all or the highlights, if you all did, I think you all shouldn't have done it. Like, it's a waste of your time. Um, Newcastle 2-0. That strike from Fabian Shah. Sunil, come on, your thoughts on that game? It's your first. It's a new season, brand new season under your Saudi owners. Eddie Howe had pre-season to put everything in, his mindset in. How did you feel? How did the Magpies play?
I think like coming up against someone from the championship, you can never underestimate them. Like you look at Arsenal and Brentford last season. No one expected Brentford to get the win, but then we gave them respect. I think we carried on lah. We did well. Although Forest was, to be honest, quite poor lah. Yeah, I think they are gonna have a hard time this season. They had 1 or 2 players who did well. I think the back Niakate looks decent. But then like as the game wore on, I think like the fact that Eddie Howe has got us playing in a very tight unit, like everyone knows their roles and everything. So I think like it was a good win. If we had the majority of the chances, we bossed the midfield. Lingard was not there, whatever. He was not there.
Exactly. Look at the comment from Azmi. Where is Jesse Lingard in that game?
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure he's regretting his decisions lah, but maybe he's on TikTok right now lah. But yeah lah. I think it was a good start lah. But next week it gets tougher lah. Away to Brighton.
True.
Away to
That's
Brighton,
true.
yeah. And Brighton they play well. They played well against who was it?
United, right? Yeah. I mean, we'll cover that in a while. I mean, I love the way Brighton play as well, the way they set themselves up, but we'll leave that to a bit later. But good start for Eddie Howe, and obviously you guys must be happy. Leeds and Wolves, 2-1. Nobody expected Leeds to get a win, considering that they were under a new manager, they sold Rafinha and they had a lot of injuries, so a good win for them. Chelsea, Everton.
Yeah, going back to Leeds, they even lost that Calvin Phillips.
True. Phillips to Man City, right? I think whether did Phillips start for Man City or did he even come on?
He came on in the don't know what 70th, 80th minute.
Okay,
No, I think later than that because Rodri was bossing it lah.
Yeah, that fella, that dude, he just bosses the midfield. Noah, moving on to you. Did you watch the Everton Chelsea game?
I did definitely. I mean, I mean that was the last game of the game week. I think I didn't
Yeah.
watch because I mean no school or whatever, just watch. But I think what impressed me is Sterling though. Sterling
Yep.
is really wow. That is. I think if he gets some goals, I think he'll be the main focal point of the Chelsea this season. I think how he plays that day, I think you can see a bit of glimpses of
Yep.
him.
Yep.
I mean, whatever he does in City, I think he can. I mean, it's how professional he is also at Chelsea in City, and I think he can really produce results in Chelsea also. So I'm not surprised that Chelsea won Everton because
Even
Everton is a very bad side, lah.
even Noah Koulibaly.
Mm.
Yeah, Koulibaly is he's
That
solid.
fellow
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
What
rock, man. That fellow was
what
what
a
a player.
debut, man! What
Yeah,
a
what a
debut.
debut. Yeah. And also do take note. I mean, going back to what Noah said, right? Now that Lukaku is gone back on loan to Milan, and Werner has gone back to Leipzig, like
Mm,
what Ridwan says. Ridwan says they have no striker, but I think Sterling may play in that false nine role if they do, and I think he will be one to watch. They may not have a striker, but they've got Havertz, and Havertz hits from the fella's good.
mm,
They've got Sterling.
mm,
I don't know about Ziyech. I'm someone who rates Ziyech, but I don't know if Tuchel rates Ziyech. But that fella's a baller as well. So,
mm.
but it's still too early to say. We'll see where Chelsea goes from here. Let's see.
Mhm.
Let's take some comments right now. Chelsea can dream to take on Spurs this season. Spurs, yep. We'll come to that, Sena. We'll come to that
Mhm,
in a while. We'll come to that in a while. I was very impressed with the game that they played.
mhm.
Mhm.
Someone from Aomio, Ayo, that one cannot last long. One, I don't know which one he's talking about. That cannot
Yes,
Talking
last
about
long,
Arsenal, bro.
but
He's talking
oh,
about Arsenal, bro.
I mean, we all know Mio's got an agenda from for Arsenal since last week, lah. But one, I get it, lah. I mean, but let's see, lah. I think they are a tight unit. I think they are well organized. I think Arteta has got them playing a good football. So
Hmm.
as I mentioned, I think they will be one to watch and seriously only taken.
City player million hit then all counts and don't
I tell you, this fella never fails to entertain us every single week. He's just there entertaining everyone. Now he's hyping up ex City players, but then when he comes to City, he will ask them, "Where's your
Where's
Champions
your
League?" Never change me, or never change. Yeah, never change. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Uh, what is it? What one from Sena? Pound sterling won't shine. Yeah, I agree. Pound sterling. I
Sterling
think
was
sterling will
shine,
have a
man?
good season. I mean, obviously with Man City and you know how Pep likes to play the Pep roulette and all. I think with Tuchel, I think Tuchel's gonna probably make him the focal point. So he will have a good season. But then again, my prediction on all Chelsea players throughout the season have been shit. I said Lukaku will score 20 goals last
Uh,
season, and until now
beast.
Joel is
He's a
hunting me.
beast. He's a beast at Inter Milan now.
Um, yes, one. Only three of us. Why? You don't like us? Do you want to see anyone else?
You want to see Amari, bro?
If you want to see Anwari and if you want to see Zam, you've got to tune in tomorrow. They'll be doing the review show for the week. The preview, sorry. Where is my rival friends? Okay. I tell you what, we'll be your new rivals this season, lah. Okay. And we've got one from our Ginna. This is a Man City fan, Victor Sim. Spurs can get Chelsea on Sunday. What better chance to finish them since they don't have a proper number 9? Actually, that is a very good game as well. I just not realized that Spurs are playing Chelsea this weekend. I think it's going to be pretty feisty and,
Spicy,
and straightforward.
spicy, man.
I mean, no, I don't know if you're looking forward to it at all, but
No,
we'll see more tomorrow. And one more from Sena. Sterling was only effective in one strategy for Pep, but he fits the main strategy at Chelsea. Well, Sena, I mean, fair enough point, but only time will tell, right? I mean, it's the first game of the season, and we'll see how. But Koulibaly, solid buy. Sterling, the jury's still out on him.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, you think I'm gonna take it.
The guy's got he's just got an agenda against Anwari.
I tell you,
no, he
today
has an agenda
he's
against
on
Zam,
fire in
bro.
the comment. What?
He's like got agenda against Zam, bro.
Exactly, he's got agenda against Zam, and I know this last season his agenda was against Zami. This season his agenda against Arsenal. He's not happy. He's not happy, and he's also obviously not happy that Zam, didn't change his profile photo lah. Where was the 8-0, right? Anyway, moving on very quickly. Leicester Brentford 2-2. Any thoughts on that?
I think
Liverpool came back.
I saw highlights of the game, and like it really shows how well Rogers has got them playing. Even though like you see Newcastle came in with a bid for Madison,
Yep.
he turned it down flat, and like the latest is what Fofana 80
Fofana as well.
million.
Yep.
But they played well. You know, Madison had the assist, Madison bossed the midfield,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the kind of games that Leicester need lah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
True,
it's
true.
going to be a problem if they lose them, no?
Considering as well, they have not bought a single player. I mean, the transfer window is still open. We still have like 3 more weeks left, and they haven't bought any players yet.
Leicester haven't
So
bought a player.
yep, they are
No.
the only club, if I'm not
Oh
wrong, in
my
the top
god.
5 league not to have bought any players so far. I mean, they have got to comply with FFP. They have got to make some sales, and that is why I'm surprised that they haven't sold Madison or Fofana yet.
Mm.
But if it works for them, then don't change what's not broken, right?
Hmm.
Oh, we've got a comment from our main man here. What's up, Macha? Still stuck at work. It's okay, Joe. It's okay.
It's okay, I understand.
No worries. Work comes, man. One more from Mio. My agenda. Okay lah, Mio. Okay lah.
Okay, calm
Your
down, bro.
agenda is
Calm
not
down.
them, okay? And Man City West Ham. Man, what a
Mm.
game, right? Did you all watch it?
Yes, definitely,
Man.
man.
It is
Yeah.
something I am very fearful of Man City this season. The link up, the run that Haaland does, the
Oh,
open the spaces that open spaces he runs into, it's gonna be terrifying.
I think
I'm scared of Haaland, bro.
this goes back to our last week's topic. You know, the 5 subs rule.
Yep.
The fact that he brought on Calvin Phillips, he brought on Alvarez,
Alvarez.
and then you just look at who did they play?
West Ham.
You look at West Ham, they just looked defeated. They had no answer for it. You know, Haaland was insane. Nobody could keep up with his. I mean, yes, West Ham did bring on their Italian striker Scamacca.
Kamaka, yeah.
But you see how West Ham changes their way of playing. They are putting a lot of balls in, trying to feed Scamacca. But yeah, Man City was on a different level, especially with Haaland, you know.
The fella's a beast. Honestly, I had my reservations for Haaland. I had him in my FPL team, right?
Of
And then
course.
one day before I took him out for Kane.
Oh, goodness. And his price went up, Kane went down.
Kane went down, and now I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, I still have some money in the bank to make the transfer. The only reason was because I was thinking, okay, you know what? Kane was on fire preseason together with Son, and
Yeah.
he loves scoring against Southampton. So I thought, he's gonna hit the ground running, get me some goals and assists, and I mean 4-1, but he didn't do anything. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I am still contemplating whether to bring in Haaland right now for the next game, or whether I should wait till this game week is over and get 2 free transfers. I don't know.
I think for me, Haaland is a
mainstay,
stick and forget lah.
He's like
Yeah,
Salah lah.
Yeah, lah, stick and forget. You know, you want to move your money around, you move it around other players. But Haaland is gonna be starting every single game, unless he gets injured or it's a rough schedule ahead. But I see him starting every single game. He might not finish every game, but he'll get 70 minutes. He'll get 75 minutes. You know, like even in the
That's true.
post-match interview, he was quite pissed. He was like, he wanted his hat trick.
Yeah.
But Pep was like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, with Haaland probably guaranteed starter, those playing FPL, they might also want to consider bringing in Kevin De Bruyne as well, because that fella.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I tell you, he's got an eye for assists. He's got an eye for assists, and now Haaland is there. It's just an open opportunity. Would you consider taking out Salah for Kevin De Bruyne, or what would you do? I tell you, City's. What Sena? Let's bring up some comments from Sena. West Ham was a City fine fixture every season, but too early for. Yep, that's true. That's true.
Possible.
West
Moyes
Ham,
will get them.
yeah, Moyes and West Ham. I think he's drilled, West Ham into a solid unit, and obviously, it will take time. But playing City on the first game of the season after coming off the back of an EPL winning season, it is going to be tough. But with that being said, City doesn't start off their season very well either every time, and this season was an exception. I think last season and the season before they drew and lost. I think last season they lost to Spurs 1-0.
Yeah. First game. Was it second game or
Yeah.
first game? Yeah.
First game.
First game.
Yeah. Salah always blank in game week 2. Oh, we have some FPL expert content here, guys. So everybody who's watching FPL or who plays FPL, please Our boss has said that.
Who's
Do not
Liverpool?
captain
Who's Liverpool
Salah.
against?
Let me check. Liverpool is playing Crystal Palace.
I think Salah will score.
Away or home?
Liverpool playing at home.
Mahala, confirm Salah will score lah.
The same FPL Express said Haaland is a must-have and captain against Bournemouth.
Okay.
Man,
That's why I will take a -4.
you'll take a
I-
-4 for this?
Yeah. I
I
want
would
to get
ag-
Haaland, bro.
I would agree, with Ridwan. I think Haaland is a must-have. He is the
You don't
focal
have?
point of the attack, and he gets the bonus points.
True as well.
Hmm.
I might consider, taking out Son and putting in Haaland. No choice. Sorry, not Son. Kane and putting in Haaland. That's the only way I can make my changes.
Hmm.
Let's moving on to a bit more of FPL before we move on. Darwin versus Haaland. These two are fixed FPL. I don't know about Darwin.
Controversial
know.
goal.
I mean, he did score that goal, right?
Hmm.
Against Fulham, but it's still too early. I mean, at the end of the day, the pitch was dry, so maybe that's why they couldn't score more.
But if you look at how he's playing, I don't see how much longer he's gonna be on the bench, no?
True.
Yeah, like Firmino. Yeah, Firmino is class. He does
But
his
he's
job very
31
well.
as well. He's 31.
Exactly. So it's just a matter of time, and like the fans are gonna be clamoring for him to start.
True.
Yeah, so I think if he's a guaranteed starter, yes, I agree with Wangan fan.
You know who is Wangan fan, right? He's our Victor Sim. Inna.
Oh, Victor. Oh, hello,
Yeah,
Victor. Hello.
Victor's the one,
Hello.
Yeah, Victor. He's always watching our show. To be honest, right, Darwin, if you're gonna put in Darwin in terms of FPL, who would you take out? Noah.
If I want to put in Darwin,
Yeah.
wow.
Would you take out Jesus? That's the only possible swap you could see in terms of the price bracket.
Wow. I'll take out either of the Alexander Arnold and I think I'll take out Robertson for a 6 million player. Then
Mhm.
I'll bring in Nunez. Then I'll change Jesus, correct?
Fair enough. We
Yeah.
got one from Senna here. Nunez will need long ball, through ball. His job is like a better Horta, can break defense and find space. That's true. He's a fine. But then again, with the way Liverpool plays, I think it is. When they played with the front three of Mane, Firmino, and Salah, it was very interchangeable. Three of them always interchanged. With Darwin, I haven't really seen him play properly, but I think he may not be like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, all you Liverpool fans. But I don't know if he's that sort of player who can interchange with Salah and in this case Diaz on the left. It may be quite tough, yeah.
I wouldn't put him as my FPL starter now, just because I feel like the goals come from Salah, it comes from Diaz,
Yeah.
It's not like let me see, Newcastle, where if it's a goal, Callum Wilson is there. So I
true.
feel like Liverpool has got too many sources of goals right now. So maybe not yet lah, not yet.
And also you got to consider, right? You've got Salah who's going to bring you the points, guaranteed points. He's a starter,
Exactly.
and you've got TAA who's there, or Robertson if you guys are going with two Liverpool players. So yeah, that's true. A big shout out to Anwari. Thank you so much for all the Arsenal love you all, except for this. You guys take it on WhatsApp lah. Don't come on the show. You take out Robertson and TAA. Don't take out a midfield player. Okay, boss. Sure.
Right.
Anyway, moving on,
This
guys. So
comment
Gameweek
by
1, yeah. Those two have their love-hate relationship. Gosh. Okay, let's move on to obviously the first piece of business, right? Worrying signs during Liverpool's opener. Fulham was there for the taking. Again, newly promoted club. They always go down, go down. They're like them and Norwich. I tell you, I think they're the same team. Fulham and Norwich are the same team. They just exchange name every season. But what is it too early to worry for Liverpool that the fact that they can't beat Fulham? In Craven Cottage, but 2-2. What do you think, Noah?
I think now I'll be worried. I think they'll be worried. Why? It's because they lost Thiago. Then you lose Thiago, you have 4 midfielders that are injured now. Naby Keita, you have Oxlade, you Curtis Jones and that. now with Thiago having a scan on his hamstring and then it's already feared to be quite a bad one, I think I'll be scared, Like, it's very worrying though because your midfield is
Mm-hmm.
considered quite lightweight already lah. I mean, you only have Fabinho and Henderson. I don't know which Milner. Maybe if you want to play Milner, okay. But
Milner, they've got that lad, their youngster as well, right? What's his name? Not Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott,
Jones.
I mean, yeah, but I think I don't know whether like Liverpool fans should be worried, but I think they will come back. But
Mm-hmm.
if they lose their main player again, like how they lost Van Dijk, I think they're quite done. I feel.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And if you consider that if you consider their squad to, I mean, chime in Liverpool fans, if you guys are watching, if you consider their squad to Man City squad, the depth isn't that great at the moment because of how many players are out, right? So, what do you think, Sunil?
I think it's okay. We have to give props to Fulham because they were not too bad. All right, Mitrovic. I think this is his third bite of the cherry. He was at Newcastle, then he went to Fulham. They came out, they went down, and he's back at Fulham, and he did a
I
good
think the
job.
fourth, right? It's the fourth bite, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong, right? Yeah.
Fourth bite, yeah, could be fourth bite. I don't know how many times he went up and went down already. Yo-yo club, but even that midfielder Palhinha was solid.
I'm
Palhinha was solid.
surprised.
So
I'm surprised how no other clubs went for him, Palhinha.
Yeah.
exactly.
Both went
Maybe
for
his
him, I
age,
thought.
27, 28. Maybe
I
he's
mean,
a
that's
bit
the
too
prime.
old.
What 27, 28 is the prime if you think about it. I mean, yes, a lot of young players are actually breaking out. The go-to players right now are like those 19, 20, 21. So 27, 28 may seem old, but I think these players in their prime, I think they still have got a lot to prove compared to anything. Yeah. And for all the hype about Van Dijk, right? I think Mitrovic dribbled past him.
Correct.
He
Yeah,
literally
I think.
showed him who's boss on that day.
Yeah, so I think, but Liverpool did come back. I think like they could have even won it if Henderson didn't smack the. Remember his last minute shot? I think he smacked the bar, and then he went over. But yeah, you can see that Liverpool pressing at the end was actually quite heavy. So I actually thought they might have nicked it, no. But then I feel like okay, decent game, 2-2. Time for Liverpool to wake up, and they will wake
And
up.
they're playing Crystal Palace next at home. They're playing Crystal Palace. So
Exactly. They
if you
will
ask
wake
me,
up.
my take, I don't think they're gonna slip up. I think they're gonna go get better from here. I think they're gonna go all out against Crystal Palace and show whoever all the doubters, that hey, that was a blip, that was one off. We are back. Yeah, I
I
think
thought
they,
Palhinha was supposed to go to Wolves.
just because he's Portuguese.
No, but the thing was, I remember Fabrizio commenting about this and then saying, "Oh, they already kind of agreed." Then after something stopped, and then after they just failed. The move failed. That
Oh, is
was
it?
quite a while. Yeah, I remember it was Fabrizio who wrote it on Twitter. I remember very long ago.
I mean, I was honestly I wasn't following that move, so I have no idea about that. Let's pick up some comments. Let's see what everyone's got to say. Obviously,
Okay.
Arsenal, asking Klopp take out TA or better chance to ask Malaysian. True.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, man. They're not going
They're not
anywhere.
going anywhere. They're going
They
to
are
be in
stay
this.
right back level.
Yeah. More, we've got more FPL advice from the expert. Don't take out Mitrovic. See how the game goes. Take Andres Pereira as a midfielder substitute or standby player. Yes, boss.
Okay.
I'll just say okay. I told.
He's
Let's move on,
just
guys.
waiting for us to touch on goals.
He will get his time. He'll get his time. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get. Let's move on. Let's move on. Not this. Conte and Spurs, the real deal. Gosh, what a game! 4-1. I mean, we all know that Spurs love playing against Southampton. I think it was last season. It was 5-3, or the season before, right? The first game, first or second game.
4 goals.
Yeah, Son with 4 goals, and they love. But you see the way Conte drilled them in preseason with all the 42-kilometer run. I think even our commando will lose to them. And they come back with a 4-1. Noah, I mean, obviously coming from a Spurs fan, how do you feel? What's your take on this?
I mean, I feel that this game was quite convincing. I mean, the first part of the game, yeah, there will be of blips and dips. I mean, whatever lah. I think first game of season, obviously you start very slow. You get your engine running. But I think after that first goal, they came back. Their mentality is still okay. I want to score a goal. This is how we were under Jose Mourinho. See, at least he
Mhm.
knows. Oh, he had the fighting spirit to again score again. So I think it's a very good. I think it's a very good game. Definitely, I think you could see some players really changing. I think Sessegnon, like, wow, like he finally scored a goal like
Mm.
under Spurs, and he scored in the last never scored in the last 3 years. I think it's very good. I think it's very good to see. I think the players look very energetic, very pumped for the
Yep,
season.
yep, yep.
It's very good to see. Really
And
good.
and it's also important, right? These are the games where you need to take those maximum points out if you really want to be challenging.
Mm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
don't know if Spurs will be challenging the title in at the end of the season. We don't know that. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a foregone conclusion that we can all collectively agree that Man City and Liverpool are going to be fighting for the title,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
But
Mm.
with that being said, if there is one team that might get crash this party, it's probably Spurs.
Mm.
And
Mm.
what do you think about that, Noah?
I mean, yes, but I think as a Spurs fan, I'm being realistic there. I don't know. Like, I mean, I supported Spurs for quite a while already, and then
Mhm.
seeing how we bottle every damn game when it matters so much makes me feel I'm not ready. I'm not confident, to see Spurs keep crashing Liverpool or City. I really like. I mean, after the Champions League final, it just made me like that lah. But I mean, uh, I
I
think
mean,
there's a
Noah,
chance.
you could do a lot worse than supporting Spurs. You could be supporting Villa, and going through a crisis like I am, right?
I
One
mean,
game is
yeah,
not a crisis. Okay.
I
yeah
am,
lah.
I was supposed to be in the cave. I was not supposed to be out here today. Unlike someone who's hiding in the cave and doesn't want to come on the show.
Hey, but
But
Spurs didn't even play their new signings. I think three of them were on the bench. Perisic was on the bench. He didn't start the
and
game, right?
they didn't start the
I think
game
only
lah.
Bissouma started. Oh no, wait, Bissouma was out as well,
None
right?
of
Bissouma
them
didn't
started.
start.
Yeah,
None.
Bissouma was
Hmm.
out as well. Yeah.
We
So,
started the game where we played against Norwich. The same lineup, the
Mhm.
Dyer, Romero, the Sanchez, then Dyer, Romero,
Royal,
Diggs
Emerson
and
Royal,
all.
right?
Yeah, he did the same thing. It's just like last season's lineup. There wasn't any difference. So I think
Mm.
obviously they could play. I mean, there's a bit of chemistry there. So I think they buy these signings just to you know, to boost the squad, like to have an upgrade. Not really
mm,
upgrade, but I think depth in the squad because we don't have that.
Yeah.
Because
mm.
every time our bench was definitely young players, youth
Depth lah,
players.
depth.
Yeah, we needed
Yeah.
depth.
Mm.
Noah, so one from Ridwan. Come on, Noah, you seem like a no confidence. So it's very clear, right? It's very clear. One is simping on Noah and hating Anwari. He even went and said Chelsea's gonna, get Conte is gonna get revenge and come on Noah. But this interesting comment from Victor Sim, Spurs had a 3 game winning streak start of last season and then went wobbly. But that was Nuno, Nuno with his gameplay, I don't think it suited Spurs. I think it
I mean,
suited
I
more.
never trusted Nuno.
I'm sorry?
I never trusted Nuno.
I mean, no, fair enough. I mean, you see, taking on the job of a team like Spurs or City or Liverpool, United, Arsenal, right, or Chelsea, as a matter of fact, that stigma comes along with it. Big clubs, you know.
Hmm.
So right from the get go, it may put him under a lot of pressure as well.
Hmm.
I don't think he's a bad manager. He did pretty well with Wolves with what he had, back to back seventh place finishers, and I think he finished like 12 or 13 in the third season.
Hmm.
But I don't think it suits Spurs and their. You saw the way they played last season. So for all we know, Conte. I loved Conte, man. I wanted him at Villa, but unfortunately, we are not that. We don't have that much of pulling power yet. End up as Spurs. So
Hmm.
interesting comment from Victor. We'll see where it happens. Let's see.
Hmm.
No one is talking about you, lah, Mio. No one is talking about you. Walao, eh. Perisic is underrated winger, wing back. I always thought Perisic was a left winger. I didn't know that he was actually a wing back. If I'm
I
Yeah.
not
think
wrong.
he was a left winger, and then he
Yeah,
was
wing
played
back
as a wing back. Yeah, in
under
Inter, is
Conte.
it?
Yeah, under Conte.
Yeah, correct. Mm.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, I have got to watch down and see the watch down as first match. Like, I haven't really managed to get any of that so far.
I mean, he's
Mm.
playing
So,
Mora at right wing back.
but Noah, we haven't got this from you. Let's get your thoughts first before we move on. We've got someone in the comment section who asked for our top four predictions. I think we all did that last week. You were not around, so
Hmm.
why don't you give us your top four predictions?
I think first is City, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Second should be Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
I think third, I think I would say Spurs. Fourth is Arsenal.
Interesting, interesting. Huh?
Yeah,
I think most of us collectively had that as well last week. So
Similar.
you
yeah.
are thinking Chelsea will miss out on the Champions League?
I think he will miss out.
Very.
Unless they make, I mean now they're making the signings lah, but
Mm-hmm.
wow, very hard to say. I think top four will either be Spurs, Arsenal, or Chelsea fighting for top 3 and 4. So to me, it's very hard lah. I'm not criticizing Chelsea, but I think they probably also will be top 4. So let's see
And
how.
you don't have United in this at all.
Did you see the Brighton game?
I tell you, somebody was simping for you. Right now, he's gonna start hating you already.
Bro, cannot. United cannot.
That's it. You got yourself a new enemy. He's gonna say next week, Chelsea is gonna whack Conte. It's not the other way around anymore, already.
You will be
That's it.
devastated.
You have earned his ire. You are now in his bad books, just like me and the rest of everyone else. That's it. But it's just, guys, once again, some FPL comments here. So the man himself has admitted Arsenal top
Can be
four. They
top
haven't
three. Top three. That means could even be first.
couldn't be first. Exactly.
Yeah.
I read one. Talking about Man U and how they have they're not in your top four, right? Let's move on to them. Ten Hag, new season, smash Liverpool 4-0 in the Bangkok Cup.
Bangkok.
They were on top of the world. Rashford was on fire. Martial was on fire. What's his name? Sancho was on fire. But in the end, it was Brighton who fired everyone up.
Yeah,
New
man.
United, same old walls. Guys, what happened there? What happened there?
Wow.
Come on. I want to see the comment section. Mio, I want you to comment right now. What happened? We can't bring you up, but tell me what happened. Type your thoughts, Mio.
I was honestly, even in our predictions, last week's predictions, we all
Yeah.
thought that Man U will win.
Yep.
Man U will win, yeah, because they had the new signings. They had 5-5. They had a new manager, but
They had
they were flat,
Lisandro
man.
Martinez.
They were flat, man. They were
butcher.
flat. Yeah. Even I think Martinez had a horrible game. He was struggling.
I
And
tell you,
then
the way United played, someone decided not to turn up today. And cited work as an excuse not to come up today. Man, I was watching. I mean, you're right, Sunil. I was watching that game, and gosh, they were. I mean,
He's poor.
if anyone's gonna say I'm a Villa fan, I'm speaking as the big focus host, lah. United were in shambles, man. They were horrible. What happened? What do you think went wrong, Noah?
I mean, you start McTominay and Fred, what will you get?
McFred.
3 seasons in a row. 3 seasons in a row, bro. That is nonsensical, eh. You don't start Ronaldo is one thing, Okay, I accept don't starting Ronaldo. But then you want to play McFred and McFred is, Like, what is going on, sia? What is really going on? Then you start Maguire and Martinez. One is 5'8". No compares my height. Then you have one Maguire who, I don't know whether he's having I see preseason, it's not even fantastic. Why on earth why on earth you have this lineup, man? Why never start Varane? I'm still wondering, why never start Varane though?
Sorry, guys, my audio went off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Noah. I missed. What were you saying?
Why did Ten Hag never start Varane?
Because
I think okay, so that is pretty interesting, right? Because there was this thing going on during pre-season where Ten Hag wasn't going to start a player because he arrived late for training,
hmm,
and all sources were actually pointing to Varane as being that player. So maybe is this Ten Hag way of punishing him? I
Yeah,
don't.
hmm.
but then what's like how they play is then it's just ridiculous lah. I don't even know, don't even understand what they're playing. Like I don't, I see the old United. I've seen the how they're playing like with Ralph Rangnick at the helm. That type of gameplay, that 4-0 trashing from Brighton. I mean, what's going on, man? Like then they will say this the Twitter Man United fans, oh scary hours Martinez, or what butcher scary hours Sancho robbed the league again. I couldn't see anything from Rashford.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know whether they're star-studded or what, but I mean whatever lah.
I mean, before it was Sunil, what I mean, let's get some comments. Oh, hello Sadiq, hello, thank you for tuning in. Oh, we'll get the expert talks. Devastated with the hell they play. Scott, that is horrible. And Maggot with Martinez can't like shoot, but spoken like a true United fan. In all honesty, I think we can see his emotions there, lah. One is someone who doesn't really type like that, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's down to the board, or do you think it's because of the manager? What is wrong with United?
I think Ragnick brought this up last season. In one of his press conferences, he said that there's not one or two things that we need to change in this team. There's probably a whole revamp of the team is needed, and like everyone didn't buy into him. At the end of the season, everyone thought that okay, Ragnick was just here for the short, for the intern, and now we have Ten Hag and everything. But it goes back to what he said. The man makes sense. That you still need to have wholesale changes. Like you can't start McFred.
Yep.
And then like Ten Hag, okay, maybe it was a show of confidence. They wanted to back his captain. I'm gonna back my captain. He's still my captain. How much longer? He was so flat against that. That he tried to play the offside line. He doesn't even know where the running man is. And then Luke Shaw as a left back. Is he really a left back? Does he really have the positional awareness? And then that question again about whether you want to start Ronaldo or do you want to start. I think they started Eriksen as a false nine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eriksen as a false nine didn't work, so he swapped him. They looked a bit better in the second half. At least Ronaldo was trying to link up play a little bit. But I really think there's wholesale changes needed. Bruno Fernandes, where was he? Bruno, where was he? When he came into the league, he was on fire. The gaffer was playing him in the right positions. He was getting points. He was getting assists. But yeah, Brighton totally outclassed them for a team that just lost Cucurella, Bissouma, and who else did they lose?
Ben White.
Ben White the season before.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I say Brighton. Okay, props to Brighton lah. They played well lah. But wow, Man U were flat, man. And I don't know what they're gonna do. It was an impulse reaction. That's why they went in with the Anatovic bid.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then they saw the backlash from the Man U fans. They pulled out. So, but they are getting Rabiot. You think Rabiot will do anything?
But you see, the thing is, right? They claim that the Anatovic bid was actually before the Brighton game. The Rabiot bid was made before the Brighton game. I don't know, man. We don't know, right? If you ask, to answer your question about Rabiot, that is one player I was actually looking at because obviously coming back to Villa was linked with him, so I try to do some research, and he actually doesn't come off as the best personality. It's like taking out Pogba and then you bring in Rabiot.
Exactly.
Yeah, so at this moment, I don't know if United can afford to have players like that. Their pursuit of Frankie de Jong, I think it's all but over.
That's gone. That's gone. I think Chelsea is looking at him now.
Chelsea's probably looking at him. Yeah, maybe Rabiot can help. But no point chasing. Maybe Rabiot can help, but no point chasing. That's true. What did one say?
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Okay, match fitness. Okay.
Fair enough.
Wait, but did he play for pre-season run? Yes, what?
I thought he was the subs, or he was dropped.
No, he was playing all the way for pre-season.
He played against Liverpool, right?
Like, he played every game though.
No. played the last game, I think, or last game or second last game in their pre-season tour in Australia. I think he was dropped because, for some reason, and players were speculating that he was late.
I like this comment. Sancho and Ericsson. And I read an interesting stat on Twitter that Sancho is getting away with a lot of things. He had 30 games. He's played 30 games.
Three
His
goals, 3
total,
assists.
yes, that's his stats. 30 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists. For someone who was, how much was he?
75
70.
million.
75
million.
75
And
million.
and they were chasing him for eons. They were chasing him for eons. Every single transfer window, they were chasing him. But where has he been? He tries to take on defenders, but everyone can read him. He's going to his right. Everyone knows he's going to his right. Show him to his left, and he's gone. He doesn't have that kind of two-dimensional play, so he needs to be taken to task as well.
That's true. I mean, you can say, last season was his first season, so let's just give him the benefit of the doubt because,
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest, right? Most players, we put Haaland aside, most players that come to the German league from the Bundesliga, they need to adjust. I mean, the tempo of play is entirely different. But with Sancho, he has played in England before with Man City. I mean, though in the youth team, but he knows how the intensity is like.
The physicality of the league, yeah.
He goes, he comes. Okay, you give him a season, but I don't know what's wrong. I mean, he has to really pull up his socks. If not, I think he's probably going to go down very quickly in the likes of Maguire and McFred as well.
And like Man U has lost that fear factor around them. Like Man United was a team whereby if they are coming to your home, you know that you need to put up your best. But then right now, I think like they really need to pull up their socks.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe Ten Hag can do it.
Let's look at some comments. What we've got one from one. The problem is United is the board. I mean, you see, you can only blame the board as much, right? But at the end of the day, you have the players here. Individually, the players are actually class. They are good players, I would say. I don't think they are horrible players.
Yeah.
But what is wrong? So that's a thought you should think about. That's true. Exactly what I said earlier. Bissouma, Ben White, Cucurella. And the fact that they're holding on to Graham Potter till now, that is actually very impressive.
And we ranked Brighton number 17 now.
I think we made a mistake.
I think we made a mistake there.
Number 17 and number 8 around.
8 no lah.
8.
Oh yeah. We haven't spoken about Villa yet. Don't get away with it.
Who are they?
Gerrard, Sleepy G.
Yeah. I'll go to the cave. Ralph Rangnick did very well for Austria. Yep, the manager is not the problem. That's true.
So what is the problem? What is the real problem? Where is it coming from? What needs to be done?
The dressing room.
Toxic.
I would say it's the dressing room. I mean, they took out Lingard and Pogba for a reason,
Yep.
but I don't think it solves anything. Okay, let's be real. I think it's an unpopular opinion, or maybe United fans can just fuck me up, screw me up, But I feel Ronaldo. I don't know. It's like a big player. I mean, he's a big player. One thing, but every club he goes, right? Do you realize it was a mess? Madrid.
Yep.
First season gone immediately. Juventus. I think when he came into Juventus, I honestly thought, okay, Juventus may win the Champions League. Look what happened. The 3 seasons he had, didn't even do anything. He scored goals. I mean, he did score against Atletico. One hat trick just to, the simulate being one kind also. But I mean, every club he goes, right, I realize there's something wrong. Like, do you realize when Ronaldo came in, Bruno just disappears?
Yep.
Exactly.
What is going on? Like, is it a diva? I feel I don't want to say Ronaldo's a problem, no. But it looks like everything is. The media can say it's a problem, but sometimes you have to agree that this it has happened at multiple points of time already, and I really don't know. I really don't know what's going on.
No, I agree with you, Noah, because like I think now teams are realizing it. Other teams are realizing it. I think the Ronaldo was offered to so many clubs, and people know that not necessarily fit is important. Fit is important. You can't just Ronaldo is world class. I still believe he is world class, lah.
Yeah.
But you can't just put Ronaldo into any system and expect him to work. Because look at what he's done. That's why so many teams are backing away from him I think still he
At the
could be a
end of,
problem.
at the end of the day, I mean, like I agree with you as well. Sonia. I think Ronaldo as a player, he's a world class player. Let's not
Class
take it
player.
away from that man. He's been doing it. Look at him. He's 37, 38, and he still has that physique. He still can go on. But as you said, I don't think Ronaldo does not suit the system. I think the system suits Ronaldo. You know, the
Mm,
system suits
mm.
Ronaldo. Let's pick up some comments. All right. Ralph, open heart surgery.
Correct. You need to
The raw,
change.
the raw passion.
Seriously. Because
Oh,
the
we have
Mamba is not here. Right?
That's right. Mamba is not here. Oh, Premnath. S for Sancho, S for sister. Premnath. Never change, bro. Let's see. We got one more from Prem. Did the menu board say no to Di Maria, Falcao, and Co? Yes, the Glazers have leverage. It's bad. Perhaps the direction is the issue. They don't have the right people to steer them in the right direction. The irony, FSG wants directions. One ask Glazers for direction once in. Let's see. Oh, it's once in the earliest year when they brought LFC. Part of me thinks FSG are proper sports owners. They know how how to thrive, though not perfect. Let's spend, but Glazers keep going Hollywood.
Mm.
It is a fair enough comment from him. I mean, I don't know to what extent FSG asked Glazers for direction, but the Liverpool fans have to thank their lucky stars that FSG did not take the advice of Glazers. But d- but you see, at the end of the day, this is the thing that comes down to me, right? The owners and correct me if I'm wrong. The owners are there. The owners are there to steer the ship, to run the.
Mm.
That is a job of the owners
Correct.
to make the fundings, right? To make the fundings. And then coming down from there, you have your sports director, you have your club, your CEO, you have your talent scouting, whoever. So where does this then lie? Why are they blaming Glazers then? And why are they not blaming the sporting director? They blame Ed Woodward last season. Who they
Mm.
blame now? Erto? Dressing room is not an issue. What I want is the board to just let him do his job. Don't disturb his work. I mean, yeah.
Please.
I mean,
I,
you're saying Noah, go ahead.
okay, sorry. But okay, everyone. The thing is, right, I'm not saying, okay, we are not saying that Acer is not a problem. The thing is, right, the dressing room really is rubbish. Is do you see do you get what we are saying? Is that the dressing room is really that rubber to begin with.
Mm.
You want to bring in Rabiot also, who's also another, you know a French player whose record
Who's
isn't
followed a
that
bit,
good.
but his record
Mother's
isn't that great, yeah.
Mm.
Mother is like a bit of a I don't know, like like a
Diva.
complaint king and whatsoever. Then
Mm.
then you want to say, then the thing is you have who like Ronaldo. Okay, the thing is I'm not trying to say Ronaldo's bad influence, but it's already shown lah. Whatever he's doing, whatever he portrays, how is he living 70 minutes after a preseason? Is that at that type of attitude you show in during a preseason and then showing to the younger players? No, what?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly. And
rubbish. It's
it's
full of
it is
rubbish, man.
yeah.
Like serious, like this is wrong, eh. This is utterly rubbish. So that's why I can't say you can keep saying Glazers, but then right, the root of the problem is actually the dressing room.
True. You see, I mean, his comments are not over. So he says the Glazers are lying, say they will back the manager, but until now, some of his targets have not arrived. Glazers out. And some of his targets are players like Anthony and De Jong. Come on. I get where you're coming from, but you think about it, right? De Jong, he doesn't want to leave Barca. You can't
Mm.
blame the United board for that. You can't blame Ten Hag. You can't blame anyone from United. There were reports that they were even willing to meet whatever money he was owed, wages he was owed. And with Anthony, Ajax is asking for 100 million. Let's be honest, you can't go around spending 100 million every year just because you want your targets. Yes, the transfer market has inflated a lot,
Mm.
but that is not the way. You have got to make do. Yes, Ten Hag may get it right eventually, given if he's given the time. But right now, how can you blame the board for this? You can't,
Mm.
right? That's
Mm.
what I think. I guess we are in hands about this. Let's pick up some comment. Alif, disaster was in the making when they indirectly sacked Rupnik. I agree with this though. You see, this is where the board is making the mistake. Ralph Ragnick was supposed to move up to the. He was supposed to be the mentor or something like that, right?
He had a role. He had a role or something. Yeah.
Consultant or something along that line.
Mm.
But he is someone who let everything out in public, so they took him out. So in that aspect, yes, maybe the board is to be blamed. But backing the team with transfers, they are doing it. You know, they are doing it. What did? Of course, I know. Okay, yes, one. You know everything. It was turned up. I mean, yeah, that's true. Let's pick up this comment from Joel. Cannot blame Glazers. You see exactly. You can't blame Glazers all the time. He said that the man himself, tweeting from the cave, has said that you can't blame the players. You know, you can't blame the Glazers. It's the players who's got to pick it up. Maguire has got to pick it up. He is the captain. He has got to be vocal. You know, Ronaldo has to learn if he wants to leave, then by all means leave. If he doesn't want to, he has got to pick it up for the team. And people have to start pulling their weight. People like McFred have to start pulling their weight. So I think it goes a long way from just the owners lah. One from Premier. Look at Chelsea. They won out. Okay. Even the owner has learned quickly. Negotiation is football is never easy. That's true. That's true. I mean, were you going to say something?
No, I'm reading Ridwan's comment. You see, who say I want Rabiot? You don't speculate my words, okay? But he's coming. He's coming, Ridwan. I think he's almost a done deal.
Yeah,
It's
almost
a 20 million deal lah.
you know, you've got to get behind him.
And to be honest, his stats are not. I don't know lah. He's gonna be
Juventus is stat padding United too much really.
exactly.
Ironically, right? Let's put it. Let this is how media works, right? When Villa was linked with him earlier this season, everyone is going that. Oh, I mean, obviously we don't get much coverage as the top clubs, right? Let's be honest. But there was people are saying, oh, for he's not that great, he's not going to do well, he's problematic, blah blah blah. But suddenly, I mean, yes, we all know he's problematic, but everyone is going, oh, this is the player we need. But this is purely on Twitter, so that's just media biasness. What did claim? Ajax don't want to sell Anthony. Exactly there. What do you expect Menu to do, right? Move on. Anthony is much more cheaper before price goes up. How is 100 million cheaper? 100 million. He's 100 million. You can't fight against the selling club. Yep, correct, Sadiq. Correct, consultant. That's right. Let's see. No one knows what happens in the locker room. Yep. ETH needs time to identify his first 11. Buying alone won't solve the. Perfectly well said. But will he be given the time? Sunil, will he be given the time?
I honestly think they need to really give him the time because he's got a good game plan. All right. And like all this media speculation about signing this player, that player, this player, that player, Manu is not going to be good for 1 or 2 seasons. But you give the gaffer some time, he will probably get it right. Once he slowly brings in players that can buy into the team. And then like right now, Manu is on a downhill. And when you get quoted prices like 100 million for Anthony, get away from the table lah. It's ready. It's just taking you for a ride. So like what I said, I think I agree with Sadiq. He needs to really identify his first 11, and then 1 season, 2 seasons, and then but he needs to be given the time lah. He needs to be given the time. Correct.
True. What do you think? What do you think, Noah?
To me, I think by low also I agree with him, Sadiq, definitely. I think this is the thing. I tell you, like, time is definitely needed in a football club. Let's be real lah. How did Pochettino at that point in time with a shit squad like Bantalet, with the likes of Paulinho?
I can feel it.
Please encourage me lah. I watched how they play. Absolute trash with Magnificent Seven there, and then obviously you need time to change, right? So we sold players like Soldado. We changed the whole. We needed to sell some players to to make the team more united again. We need to. It's like a refurbishment, like what Pochettino say, new furniture. You need new furniture to rebuild the thing. You'll be so dusty. You'll be so dirty, man. Like, come on, like. Definitely, ETH needs time lah to identify his first level, but will the ball give him time is one thing lah. I mean, they gave Ole time. Just remember that they gave Ole time, but then what happened? He was sacked. So I believe you'll be given time, but then if he keeps playing that same McFred, you're dead. That club is obviously dead.
True. I mean, and that is where I think this is where I think they are really trying to bring in FDJ, but they are. I mean, I think at this point of time, it's maybe with 3 weeks the transfer window left, and if I'm not wrong, FDJ is the central CDM, right? They should just look towards Ruben Neves from Wolves,
Yeah,
put money and bring him in.
yeah. He won't be a glamorous signing lah.
True.
Yeah,
He won't be a
but
glamorous signing, but he knows the league. He's played
exactly.
in the league for 4 or 5 seasons now. So I think he is someone who knows the league. He's 26 if I'm not wrong. So he's still he's still in his prime, or still is yet to hit the prime. I think this is the best time to do it. FDJ is not coming, move on. Go and get Ruben Neves. Let's pick up some comments. Lee Alexander, the menus are paying the price for siding with Pogba. It's true. When Mourinho said that with that squad he gave them second place, it was not it was a success. One, I blame the Glazers. Okay, one, you can continue blaming Glazers all you want. Okay, let's no one stop and
Wow, I cannot really understand.
the end game is Glazers, Murto, Arnold, which is true. I mean, at the end of the day, right? I think this doesn't work only for football clubs. It works everywhere. If you can't take criticisms and if you can't take feedback, right? That's what you do. You ship that person out, but the ship will continue sinking. He was 45. This
No
one
shit
is not
lah.
Football Manager lah, bro. Oh no, I don't know what to say.
No.
I think Haizam answered him already.
Exactly. Correct.
Squad moral is a rock bottom. How they? Yep, true, makes sense.
Correct.
Look at City, Brighton. Yeah, this is one way. Brighton wanted the amount. City said no, go to hell, and they're probably going after Sergio Gomez from Anderlecht for like 10 million now. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when LFC signed Joe Cole, we forced him to say LFC is a top club. Konchalski was our left back. Menu needed a reboot. Reboots are never easy and painful, but I don't think many Menu fans are ready for it. What else did he say? Yep, that's all. That's true. Give ETH time. Yeah, Daryl Spikerman, thanks for watching, man. Give ETH time. The real problem is Menu, whose fans are impatient. Yep, I agree with him. Well said, Sunil. He needs time. It takes 2-3 numbers for his team. Yep. Everyone is saying, give the man the time. He will get it done. Who say this is FIFA? I know my sources. Okay. Nothing on his side.
Understand.
Understood.
Yeah, Fabrizio Milano for a reason lah.
Yeah. Hopefully, Menu come back giant.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good for the league. It's just good to have someone else besides Liverpool and City always being at the top.
I mean, you know who's going to come up in a few seasons, lah? Some Saudi oil money is going to,
Habibi.
Yeah. But, respect this comment from Prem, lah. I mean, he's a hardcore Liverpool fan, and I know he hates Menu to the core. But for him to say Menu giant of a club, at least he knows, who do you need? Ole at the wheel. Ole's gone, bro. But it's Man City and Liverpool a mile. Exactly. Replying to tough for any club to sell 2 of their best players at one go. Yep, that's true. But drama la Menu won't be dead. They'll be 6 every season. My prediction is to just give ETH as time as what I said. Let him do his job. I think that's what we all are saying lah. Daryl Spikerman, guys just signed. This must be a Spurs fan, I think.
Yeah, he's my friend.
For 60 million. Interestingly, Noah, a lot of Villa fans are actually saying this name. Is he a number 8?
I think he's like, okay, I think it's like Dembele, but the lazy Dembele. Imagine that.
Twitter is broken. Some are saying
Which Dembele? Musa.
Musa.
Yeah, Musa.
Okay.
Not
Very big comparisons, man.
but I feel he was. I mean, people were saying that he was going to be the next Dembele. But then when I see him play, right, wow, he's damn unfit, bro. I think I can hold the midfield longer than him, yeah.
He's not Dembele. He become Dombele.
Dombele,
Tambale.
Dombele lah.
That's right. Ten Hag needs time. Yes, agree, but he needs to play. Starting with McFred was the main. Yep, just like what Noah said. It's been 10 years. I'm not sure how to define patience. Oh, else. Liverpool fans went through 30 over years. 20 millions plus squad. Here we go. Nothing only one.
Side, front, back.
Yep, I disagree with Sunil. What does he disagree? I think he disagrees
He said
about
the United slump continue for decades.
He wants United to just basically rot lah.
Scott and Fred cannot be a CDM. Is totally rubbish. Won't let us top four. I mean, he is saying this, but he's also saying the board is problematic. I don't know who is problematic. Please let
The Liverpool fan. This is real.
This is yes.
the first team is real, not the second one. Okay, we are gonna get relegated end of this season.
Don't worry, Newcastle did it last season. 14 games, no wins. Then we decided to start playing.
We will give a 15-game head start there.
All right, break our record.
Good night, Sadiq. Thanks for watching. On question for the panel, okay? PT their manager though. What puzzled me is they sign him as a manager way ahead. Why are they then struggling to get names in? Are the right people at the club discussing on target? Interesting. Noah, you want to take on? Interesting comment from Prem.
United. You're talking about United, right?
United, yeah, United.
I can tell you why players don't want to go United. Because they already see the club as a virus. You look at this lah. Pogba and Lingard. That was a focal point. Then you come to this, they're refurbishing again. They don't have Champions League football. I mean, yes, they have history lah. Let's talk about it. They win a lot of trophies, but then right now, I don't think any player is looking at history. They're looking at whether this club can offer me Champions League, whether this club is a future that I can win some trophies there. But United doesn't look like a team that's going to win any trophy, Let's be real. They haven't even shipped out any of the players that they are wanting to sell. Like Eric Bailly is still there, Tuanzebe is still there. How many players do you still have? Harry Maguire, you still have Wan-Bissaka, he's still there though. Darlow, Teles again left already. I mean, on loan. But then you still have quite a few players that is considered deadwood. And then where is the ambition of the board? You see, that comes to ambition. Where is the ambition? Where is the ambition of this club? Oh, I mean, Glazers always, you know what Glazers does lah. I mean, they can, what United fans say is, they only care about their money, how they're advertising, the financial aspect. But then you think about it, right? Why they are struggling is because they just cannot. There's no ambition. There's zero ambition. Like last time, okay, you talk about Mourinho. If they still had Mourinho, I tell you, all the players will go there. Why did Pogba go there? Because the Mourinho
pool is a Mourinho pool, yeah.
The Mourinho pool. Mkhitaryan go there also Mourinho pool. Then United should have been getting Conte, but then fans didn't want Conte because he played defensive football. Then, like, I mean, now they have no choice but to get Ten Hag. Really, no choice. I mean, they wanted Graham Potter lah. So,
I tell you what. Why don't we just take this moment, right, to hear it from a United fan itself? Okay, this fella decided to come out of the cave finally and join us just as I was about to end the show. Let's hear it from him. Let's hear it from the Mamba.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What up, man?
How was the cave, bro?
The cave was bad, was really bad. But the thing is, there's some light in the cave. There is some light in the cave, definitely. All right, not a ray of light, not a ray of light, but a bundle of light, definitely.
Joel, I want you to take on this comment very quickly as well. Noah just spoke about it. This is from Prem Nat. So
the legend himself.
The legend himself, exactly.
All right, let's just see what he says. PTDR manager, though, what puzzles me is they sign him as a manager way ahead. Why are they then struggling to get names in? Are the right people at the club discussing on targets? He has some point. The thing is, we got him way ahead. But the thing is, if you come to a club where it's a little bit more shambolic, things are not right at the club. We don't know what direction they're going. And I'm pretty sure when Eric came in, he wanted to see what this squad can do first, which is why I know Mark and Tristan and the rest of my guys in my Devils group, they were always saying everyone gets a clean slate. Whenever a manager goes to a club, no matter how shitty a player is, he won't want to sell them off because you never know what the manager can get the better of the squad. So I think that is what he's doing right now. In the preseason, he was playing a few players. He put players like Garner in. He put players like Garnacho as well. So he was trying out the system. It's not going to work within how many 5-6 game of preseason. We all know how United is in preseasons. We all perform very well. We perform exceptionally well. But the real deal is the Premier League. And I've always told myself that Brighton is the start. And if we do not see improvements from there, then it's going to be a long season for us. Which is why, the moment a manager comes in, like Eric comes in, and he wants to have his own player, like Frankie. That is one player he has been, coming on so hard on and say that, no, look, that is the player that I want. Go and get that player, which is going to be difficult. That dude is in Barca, and he's never going to leave Barca. But like I said, I've got a lot of oracles in my group, and it may not. What Prem had just said, it's definitely going to be a struggle to get in, because right now it's no longer Mourinho with United. It's no longer Louis van Gaal with United. It's no longer Ole with United. It's now a new era with Erik ten Hag. So maybe give him a season, and then players will say, "Hey, look, whatever Eric told me on the phone in the summer of this season actually was true. He's trying to make something." Then maybe the players might call him up next season and say, "Hey, Eric, look, I think I kind of believe in your project. I believe in what you're saying. Okay, let's talk business. I'm ready to join your club right now." So it may take time. It will take time. But like I said, I think in one of my comments I stated, some of my fans are not patient enough. They want success. They want instant success like this. No, the moment a new manager comes in, someone who's like Erik ten Hag, they want success. But there are also a majority of my fans who are patient.
True.
They are patient and they are willing to wait. And I've also told my guys the breakdown. It's going to take us 5 seasons, at least 4 to 5 seasons to challenge for the title. This is what I say. In the first season, this season, try to win the Carabao. I don't give a shit where we stand. We can finish in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just don't get relegated. All right? I'm okay with that. All right? Try to go for a silverware. Try to break the duck, whereby we haven't won trophy for, I think, 7 years or so. Yeah, 7 or 5 years, 5 or 7 years around there. All right? Try to break the duck. The next season, then we go for a top 4 place. Probably with an FA Cup. All right? Then the season 3, the third season, then we fight for the Champions League. You challenge hard for Champions League. And then when it comes to the 4th season, by then Erik ten Hag would have actually have his team that he wanted, his vision that he wanted to how the team wants to play. Then in that 4th and 5th season, then we really challenge the likes of Liverpool, City, Villa, Newcastle, Spurs. These are the kind we will be playing, because by then I'm pretty sure Newcastle will be a big household. Tottenham is really coming up right now. Villa is almost there. We are not going to
alligator lah.
Man. Yeah. So all I'm saying is it's fun to be in a United fan right now. Why? Because you are in shambolic. Everyone is making fun of you. But like I said, the moment the devil comes up, that's where everyone hates the devil. Right now, they're loving it because the devil is down and out. But when he comes back, that's it, guys.
So speaking of that, I think that's why Ridwan feels he's like a devil, because we all hate him and he doesn't want to come back on this show.
We don't hate you.
We love you, Ridwan.
Yeah, we don't hate you.
We love you, Ridwan.
You know that.
We love you, Mio.
You see, even Daryl Spikerman has said, don't leave. Even Zami has said, don't leave. Oh, he says, stop being emotional. Okay. Sorry. Hello, Noah. How to say? Agreed, Noah. Hope I get
That's
the
true. That's
spelling
true.
right.
Hey,
Thanks,
but guys,
DC.
this is question that I want to ask you three because you three have actually. I know we are going to extend a little bit. We just
Yeah,
extend for another 15 more minutes. We'll wrap it up at 10:30.
yeah,
But you three guys, your clubs have also been in the situation where my club is right now. But you
yep.
guys have been feeling it season in, season out.
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's start with Noah. Noah, I think you are one fellow who have seen the worst of Spurs, and right now you are seeing the best of Spurs. All right. So maybe you can share your views on how to be patient to my fans, like trust the process, or you guys had like a lot of managers as well. You guys has quite a number of managers. You guys change. You guys try to change a system, try to play four at the back, try to play five at the back. But right now, there is a proper system. You guys got good players playing in. So let's just start with you. And then after we go to Newcastle, Sunil. Oh no, Newcastle, keep it. Let the rich guy be the last guy. All right. Then we go to Villa and then we hit that. Go ahead, man. Noah.
Wow. Actually, I don't really know how I tahan. Definitely, I don't know. But I think for me, I think when I started watching Spurs, I felt like, okay, I think sometimes you gotta know that it's always down. There's always ups and downs in life. And sometimes, you have to learn to be patient with it and try to like move and trust the process in it. That's my morale lah. So I think after like a while, then I could just okay lah. I understand. Oh, this club is getting a bit, they're trying to change things. But then okay, there was this part when Nuno era. I wanted Levy out lah because it's really it's really tiring, bro. It's like there's no change, you see. But then finally, I think after a while, I think realizing, I think Levy realized his mistake lah, and then started to back Conte with the funds. Finally have 150 million with the transfer budget. It's good. It's good enough, you see. It's so good enough. It's just good enough to buy players like Richarlison, your Bissouma now. I think it's good. At least now there's proper backing. And Levy said what? Oh, Antonio Conte is the best manager he has ever hired. It's true. Because I think I think Levy needs assurance. Assurance that okay, I want to back you. I want to give you the proper funds. I want the club to be successful again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now he's more convinced. That's why okay,
Alright.
now yes, that has happened lah. And
All right, well said, man. Noah. Dibs, you are someone. I think United and Villa can be placed in the same situation right now, whereby Gerrard did very well in Rangers, and then Villa hired him. I mean, Ten Hag was doing very well in Ajax, and then United hired him. So, and you have seen Gerrard firsthand in last season, right? Half a season, yeah.
Half the season.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then you went on an explosive rant after the first game. So yeah, so you tell me about your views. Like how as a fan you are holding on.
Okay, so you see, for me, right? I mean, as a Villa fan, I've experienced an relegation. The inevitable happened 6-7 years ago, right? We had to rebuild from there. Came up, struggled, and we had Dean Smith, and we hired Gerrard. You see, I mean, I don't want to go into my rant and all of that, but as a club, as what Gerrard is doing, I mean, as much as I not let emotions get the better of me, I still think Gerrard wants to implement his system.
Mhm.
Every manager has their system. With Gerrard, he loves to play a Christmas tree formation or 4-3-3. But at the present moment, do we have the players to fulfill that? No, we don't. We are still missing one, two players. We're still missing. I mean, we've got three strikers. We got two first team strikers, Watkins and Ings. But we need a player of the same mold from Watkins and Ings. We need Watkins and Ings to be one. We need a striker who is this two in one. We
Yep.
can't. And likewise, we address the CDM position, but we need another midfielder. The likes of again Aaron, Jacob Ramsey, they can't play together. We need one to complement the other. So it is a process. It does take time. Yes, I was furious that we lost. I was furious that we lost is because of the way we lost to Bournemouth with no fight. But it's been a few days since that, taken time to evaluate, and I think it takes time to implement your process. And if the fans don't give the manager the time, then the board will then have to react. Then it's going to be a never-ending circle that's going to come back
Yep.
around and around and around. And when will you make the change? I mean, if you look at Klopp's first season at LFC, He didn't win the title the very first season. I think
Nope.
he finished fifth, if I'm not wrong. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
think
think
it was
six, I think, yeah.
six of it. But look at where they are now.
Yep.
You have to give your gaffer the time, and I think that's what United has to do.
Yep,
Same.
true. Yep. So Neil, you were close and you were on the brink of relegation, man, last season and the season before as well. I don't think so. Money is something an issue, or I won't say that money was the reason that you guys stayed up, because I don't think so. Eddie Howe spent haywire. I think he brought in the right players with the right sum. I think the only expensive player was that Brazilian guy, right, Bruno. I can't remember his second name. Yeah, but that's the only guy. Was the only guy that you guys splash amount of cash, and Eddie Howe also. That is something that man management, man. He took Joe Linton out of a striking position, brought him in as a midfielder, and he changed the game.
No. I think you got to give Steve Bruce that credit though.
Steve Bruce, yeah, correct. And then he changed the entire landscape.
Yeah.
You know, and Eddie Howe stick to that. So go for it, man, Sunil.
So that's why I say that, Ten Hag will be fine. Give him some time, because at the end of the day, Newcastle, there was a point of time whereby we were perennial relegation contenders. There was no light at the end of the tunnel, no Saudi money, nothing. Mike Ashley will never be at the games. It really seemed like dark days, gloomy days. Every match we would face, I would still watch every single match, but we will feel like, oh no, we are gonna go down. And we will scrap the 17th position. 18 to 1, 17, 16, that kind of position. But then, like, even when the rumors of the Saudi team, the Saudi money coming in, new owners coming in, we got excited. But at the end of the day, we got a manager that might seem underwhelming to some. Eddie Howe he did a good job at Bournemouth, trailed off at the end. But we still decided to be patient with him, and then. We didn't get the marquee signings. We've been linked to everyone. But I think we've recruited well. We recruited well.
Correct.
And we've gotten players who can fit into a role. And there are clubs offering crazy money for most of the players that we've been linked to, and we just walk away. So
and I think that's the way to go.
Don't be taken hostage. So I feel like it will take time. Ten Hag might need 2 or 3 seasons. It will take 2 or 3 seasons.
Sorry, Sunil. Don't be taken hostage in Saudi Arabia the same night.
No.
All right, great one, guys. Great one. Let's one last comment. Take it away. All right, Sunil, what a buy Bruno has been. I was in shock, man, when they signed him. Probably they're Ilano during City days. Just don't buy Robinho. You'll be fine. I think Newcastle are doing well to not try to go crazy. Buying stupidly. Exactly.
Robinho is Haizam's favorite, so we need to.
Dips, jokes aside, Jacob Ramsey, what a player. Dips, take it away.
He is Jacob Ramsey there is a player in him, but towards the end of last season and pre-season, he tailed off a bit too on the deep end. He didn't start the season exactly well, but that's probably because he's 20. I mean, people will say 21, you've got to be in your prime, but I think certain players, they take time. So I think there is a player in him that will come up. So
all right, man. Dips, take it away, man. What's
and next? Let's go on to our final topic. The battle is truly on. Haaland versus Nunez.
Ooh,
What do you guys think? Come, Joel, I'll start with you since you just joined us. Haaland versus Nunez.
I think I said this, and I think this is going to be the biggest battles of number 9s. I think back in the years, we had quite a lot of number 9s played in different clubs. And I think in this modern era, because these guys are modern era's strikers.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't really sit back and just wait for the ball to come to them. They drop back deep. They get the ball. They get the game going. They get the flow going. I can't wait to watch these two play in a league game round. Okay, we saw a little bit of a preview in the Community Shield, but I don't think so. That was just the real thing, because after that, look at Nunez' goal, man. That was a touch of class. And then look at the way Haaland destroyed West Ham. When West Ham was their boogie team last season and the season before as well, they always falter against them. And then look at these two guys. They just turn up just like that easily, man. Easily has said. So I can't wait to watch them play. And they are definitely going to bag in 20 goals or more. But the minimum, they're definitely going to bag in 20 goals. Just that I don't know how many goals they're going to bag against United.
We will
So,
know.
so I think the limit now is
You
2.
know lah.
Gross has already hit 2. Let's just see if Nunez and Haaland can top that, yeah?
I mean, we can't take out Kane out of the situation, but this is really Nunez and Haaland.
Yeah, I mean, Kane is like a seasoned player, in the Premier League. He
Yeah.
knows what the Premier League is, he knows the physicality, the intensity of it. But these boys, they don't know anything much about the
Exactly.
Premier League. Yeah, and to do that in your first game, that kind of a goal that Nunez scored and then 2 goals for Haaland, I think is a bit difficult. But yeah, there are Sierra. I mean, they better score more goals than what Sierra 7 scored last season. That dude at 37 still can crack it, huh?
Exactly. Noah, what do you think? Nunes, Bella.
Nunes, siapa tu?
I bet he's calling me. I swear.
Yeah.
Nunes, Haaland. I mean, what's your take on this? Nunes versus Haaland. How do you feel about this two,
Bro.
players gracing the Premier League?
I always loved Haaland. In Salzburg days, I freaking love him, man. Bro, if I had a chance, I will always buy him, man. I'll buy him, but we have Kane, so no choice. But to me, right, Haaland is the type of player. Oh, I never imagined him in the Premier League. Like I thought you would like go Real Madrid. That type of mentality. That want to win Champions League. But then he went to Man City. But it's a good thing because Pep is going to really nurture him to a monster, a bigger monster. And look at him, man. Wow, I see his runs. I cannot even do that type of runs. It's simple. Simple.
That is why I've been telling you to do so in the football games.
Bro, simple type of runs. That's so simple. But I cannot do it. But look at this, man. Like, wow, Haaland just does the simple things. Just running in behind, then you shoot. Doesn't do like all the dribble nonsense. He really is one solid player. Like,
I tell you, like what you said earlier, right? He is every man's dream. He's KDB's dream. KDB would love this.
Yeah.
You saw the Twitter, right? Would you like me to assist you with the menu?
Bro, but this guy is his speed. I don't know. His height is so like tall, right? I don't know how his speed is so enormous, like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just not normal. Like to me, it's not normal. But it's really good to see, this type of striker in the Premier League fighting, for the Golden Boot with Kane, we have likes of Nunez now, we have likes of maybe a few like Salah.
Yeah,
Son.
Yeah.
It's
It'll be
good.
interesting.
It's
I mean, the past few seasons, it's been the wingers who are always getting the goals for the teams, right? Salah, Son, or midfielders, and finally, when we have two proper strikers playing for, LFC and Man City, and obviously not taking into consideration Kane, who plays for Spurs, it's going to be a different ballgame. Let's pick up this comment from Prem now. Two different strikers. Haaland, a monster himself, has KDB. Man can even bring down the moon. Do you agree? As opposed, LFC has a flat midfield relying on bring backs across for Nunez, who's done well too, but Nunez tries some through balls too, where LFC is lacking. Man City are champions for a reason. Their midfield is so flexible. Special mention to Bernardo Silva. Different road, but still doing it.
Yep.
True.
Tips. I think take the next one and let Sunil take this, man. Sunil, there have been a lot of stigma,
Yeah.
They bought Haaland because it's for Champions League and whatnot. Do you think it will be a failure for them if they do not win the Champions League? Because if I were to give you a certain club, like what Dips is wearing, PSG, they got the god of football in them. All right, they got Messi, they had Neymar, they had Mbappe. Their players were stacked. All right, and yet they did not make it to the Champions League finals. Even they didn't make it to the semi-finals. Even all right, to say that. So will they be a failure? If Haaland comes in and don't win the Champions League.
I think failure is too big of a word, because at the end of the day, you have to understand Haaland's from a new league. Yes, he had a very good debut. He's got all the makings of a top striker. He's got KDB behind him. He's got the backing of the one of the best managers in the world. But at the end of the day, I think we have to understand Haaland's young. Haaland will get better. He will get better. Yeah. And like Man City have lost a few players. I just read Bernardo might be moving. Zinchenko left. Jesus left. So I just want to see what Pep does, before we can say whether I won't say it's a failure. I won't say it's a failure because I would say if he plays his role well, if he gets the Premier League title, Pep has always wanted the Champions League. But yeah, if it'll get scary in 2 seasons time. It will get scary in like 1 season, 2 seasons when he gets and he reads how the English
Yeah.
defenders play. You know, he knows how to already. He knows how to make those runs.
Yep.
But he will get more scary, and KDB is right there to assist him. So yeah, if you ask me, Haaland or Nunez, I would still say Haaland just because of KDB. You know, KDB's vision is
True.
immense.
And I mean, let's quickly. I mean, one, I understand. You know, fair enough. But at the end of the day, the EPL is a marathon. The Champions League, after the group stages, it is not a marathon. You need to have luck on your side. You can afford to lose one EPL game and yet win the title. But
Yeah.
if you lose that one knockout game, it is tough. It is tough. So I don't think City's success should be measured on whether they win how many Champions League at the end of the day. Because then, if that's the case, then I think even Man U shouldn't be talking because Liverpool has got more Champions League than United.
Yeah.
So let's put this, whether City has Champions League or Liverpool has Champions League, out of the side. Let's cherish that we have a player like Haaland playing the EPL instead of going to the like of Madrid or Barca, or even and Nunez, obviously, yeah, Nunez. And finally, guys, I think we will take one last comment from the boss himself before we call it a day. Remember, Haaland is young, and when he's probably right, he'll come to Newcastle. So
It's a perfect way to end the show. Right?
all right. Anyway, guys, with that being said, we were supposed to be on for 60 minutes, but obviously we love everyone, so we went to 90 minutes, but we're going to keep it there. We have another show tomorrow at 9 p.m. the same time.
Yep.
There's going to be a different crew. We're going to have the likes of our Anwari, Haizam, and Ferdaf. Obviously, another new signing, right?
Firdaus. Yep. New signing.
New signing, and
New signing
probably
lah.
Shan as well. So tune in tomorrow 9 p.m. These guys are going to do the preview for the upcoming
Yep.
matches, and obviously they're going to have more to talk about. So that's why we have 90 minutes. And thank you very much once again for watching. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Noah. And thank you, Joel, for coming in. But you still came.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone, good night. Take care.
Good night.
Everyone not coming tomorrow, guys.
Oh, wait.
It's quite like that.
Never mind, Ridwan. You come when you come, lah, okay?
Come when you want to come.
Ciao, guys. Take care.